It's wet Thursday here in Korea as we come on the air to deliver you a presidential address on plans to boost the country's innovative growth. Now, in moments' time, President Moon Jae-in has been, this is something that President Moon Jae-in had been stressing the importance of innovative growth, calling for the nurturing of new industries and the creation of small and medium-sized enterprises and a venture ecosystem. And the president hopes that this will help boost Korea's economy, not to mention make a large contribution to the nation's glum jobs market. The event today is taking place at a research complex in the western part of the capital, Seoul, and that is where President Moon outlined his blueprint for achieving the goal of improving the country's economy by helping to foster new industries and create quality jobs late last month. Now, that blueprint also includes relaxing regulations and boosting investment in scientific research. Now, at the event today, we are expected to see President Moon Jae-in and members of his team, including Presidential Chief Policy Advisor Chang Ha-sung and Presidential Office Senior Secretary for Jobs Pan Jang-sik. And also Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon and heads of the related ministries are also expected at the event, as well as the chairman of the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Park Yong-man. Now, the message we are waiting to hear from President Moon is how his administration plans on cultivating future growth industries. Now, those industries including businesses of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, smart farming technology, and self-driving cars. And perhaps we might also get a glimpse of what the Korean industrial environment might look like in the years to come once that sector fostered by the government fully develop. Now, but at the same time, we are also waiting for the government's constructive measures on the industry ecosystem aimed at overhauling the governmental support system for industries, something that was more focused on giving businesses tax breaks or subsidies. Now, in moments' time, we will be seeing President Moon Jae-in deliver his plans on that innovative growth and many more in the moments' time. But also many watchers today in the field are expecting that the Moon administration to come up with measures that put the ecosystem first by promoting the coexistence of both conglomerates and small and medium-sized enterprises, as well as sharing the outcome between businesses and workers. Now, so we will be waiting to hear that the remarks from President Moon, and that it is the location and the venue at the research complex located in the western part of the capital, Seoul, called Bagok R&D Complex. And we will be seeing some familiar faces there. Like I've said, members from the presidential office will be attending with President Moon Jae-in, as well as high-level officials from the government itself, with Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon and the heads of the related ministries, namely the Finance Minister Kim Dong-yeon and Industry Minister as well, also expected at the event. And also taking the stage will be a chairman of the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Park Yong-man, who also doubles the role to head the country's one of the largest conglomerates, Tusan Industries. Now, so as we wait for President's remarks today, we are also watching some of the key industries at the moment. Industries being pinpointed, like the businesses of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and which also directly is linked to the country's bad air quality with fine dust levels, helping to cope with that issues. And also businesses of smart farming technology and autonomous cars. Now, there we see Minister of Culture To Jong-han sitting and patiently waiting for President Moon, as the members of the government are also waiting to hear President Moon Jae-in speak of that plan. Now, this issue of innovative growth was something trumpeted by the Moon administration since the launch of this fresh administration, as they had been pushing for the growth in that sector, as they believe that will be the main focus in bringing more quality jobs for many young Koreans here in the country who suffer from lack of places to work. And also to mention in in the sectors of innovative growth and the fourth industrial revolution that the country is up and foremost when boosting the country's industry sectors. Now, in moments' time, we will be hearing from President Moon Jae-in on the government's plan and President Moon's administration's plan on how to cultivate the innovative growth of related sectors in moments' time. And that is the location that we're seeing at the venue is the research complex located in the western part of capital Seoul. Perhaps something that we are waiting to see also is a glimpse of what the Korean industrial environment might look like in the years to come once the Moon administration successfully fosters those sectors like the hydrogen fuel cell vehicles and autonomous cars industries by the government to fully develop. In the past administrations, we have seen many tax breaks given to industries working in those sectors so they could cultivate more jobs and eventually prosper in those sectors. But from this liberal government, we are expecting to see some different approach being taken place, with many watchers expecting that the Moon administration to come up with measures that will put the ecosystem first by promoting the coexistence of both large conglomerates and small and mid-sized enterprises, as well as sharing the outcome between the businesses and the individual workers. So those are the key points that many watchers as well are watching it to see once President Moon makes his entrance and gives out his speech. And we are seeing some familiar faces waiting for President Moon to arrive at the venue as they would like to hear the briefings by President Moon on the outcome and some of the achievements being made by this one-year-old administration in terms of boosting the innovative growth in the sector. This is something that President Moon Jae-in had been stressing, the importance of innovative growth, calling for the nurturing of new industries and the creation of small and mid-sized enterprises and a venture ecosystem. Now, something to point out on, because just as yesterday, the country had seen another eye-watering figures on country's job market, not to mention the youth unemployment rate. So by fostering this new industry that not many previous administrations had gone to, the Moon administration would like to handle the issue of jobs market while fostering a new industry that will be catering to the country's livelihoods in the years to come. So for the next couple of minutes, we will be seeing President Moon coming in shortly and give and address the nation on plans to foster the innovative growth and some of the constructive steps in terms of what the future plans are. And at the event today taking place, we are seeing a lot of faces there, that including members of the presidential office as well as the government also taking place. And at the same time, we are also waiting for the government's constructive measures from today's remarks by President, because that is something that the government had been postponing since the turn of the year. The related ministries first promised that they would come out with constructive measures and detailed guidelines for the fostering of the innovative growth industries earlier this year, sometime in February, but then they've postponed it again until April this year, which was last month. But still, the country has yet to hear or witness the detailed plans as to how the Moon administration, how this new liberal government plans on fostering the sector, this uncultivated sector, through different means. So today, many are watching to see if the government shifts itself from giving usual tax breaks to industries focused in the sector and something that was more focused in the past. So many are watching to see if they could see something different this time. President Moon Jae-in expected, and his administration expected to give something related to boosting the coexistence of the both large and small entities in the country. We are seeing the venue of the event where President Moon Jae-in will be addressing the public and the government about his plans in the future as to how his government plans to cultivate the innovative growth sectors, namely the industries that deal with hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, smart farming technology, and autonomous cars. That is Culture Minister To Jong-han waiting for President Moon. I think we are witnessing some delay in President's schedule, but while we wait, I just want to pinpoint this out again, as this industry of innovative growth was something that President Moon had been trumpeting since the turn of his administration, saying that calling for the nurturing of new industries and the creation of small and mid-sized enterprises and a venture ecosystem. So he's looking more into person-to-person relations rather than just fostering the sector as a whole, as many are expecting to see that Moon administration to come up with measures that will put the ecosystem first, and as well as sharing the outcome between businesses and workers. We are seeing some movement at the venue. Hopefully that may be President Moon Jae-in himself walking in.
잠깐만 기다려 주시기 바랍니다.
Attendees at the venue are all up, hopefully, as they welcome in President Moon Jae-in, who is about to give out his plan on how to foster the country's innovative growth sectors. Now, that venue we're watching is the place last month where President Moon outlined his blueprint for achieving the goal of improving the country's economy by helping to foster new industries and create quality jobs. So something he's also pressing hard on, pumping out more jobs, but those that are quality, in terms of that are quality jobs, so that young people in Korea don't have to suffer from high unemployment rate, especially centered in the younger generations. So bridging that high unemployment rate, as well as the fostering of this new industry and the sector, would be something that many are watching to hear from President Moon Jae-in as he gives out his plans throughout the remaining terms of his administration. Now, while we wait, President Moon had been trumpeting the idea of fostering the sector, he also wanted to shift away from previous administrations where they had been giving companies tax breaks. A simple fix is what this administration is saying that the governments had been doing in terms of fostering the industry. So today we may be able to hear government's constructive measure on the industry ecosystem as they move away from just giving industries tax breaks and subsidies necessary for their businesses, but a more constructive outline that will put the ecosystem first and the individuals of workers who are working in that industry.
네, 대통령께서 지금 입장하고 계십니다.
And President Moon is making his way to the venue. Also following is the leader of the main ruling party, Choo Mi-ae, and in moments' time, we will be listening to President Moon give his address.
굿은 날씨에도 불구하고 오늘 행사에 참석해 주신 여러분께 감사의 말씀을
for
드리며
joining us despite the
2018
rainy
대한민국
weather.
혁신성장 보고대회를
Now we will
시작하겠습니다.
begin the
오늘 이
2018
자리는
Innovative
지난해
Growth
11월
briefing session.
혁신성장 전략회의 이후
From
본격 추진 중인 혁신성장
the
정책의
from
성과를
last year,
점검,
we
평가하고
have gathered
향후
once again to
추진계획을
look
논의하기
over
위해
the
마련된
achievements
자리입니다.
on
특히
innovative
현장
growth
최신의
and to go
일선에서
over future
혁신성장
plans
성장을
for
이루고
innovative
가고 있는
growth.
기업의
And
체험과
we
생생한
also
목소리를
will talk
듣기 위한
here
자리이기도 합니다.
from the
먼저 대통령께서
companies.
모두
First, I will
말씀하시겠습니다.
invite the president.
예, 여러분 반갑습니다.
Nice to meet you all.
오늘 회의는
Today's briefing session
혁신성장
starts from
채택한
the last year's November meeting where we discussed about the innovative growth. Today we would like to go over our achievements and to brief you on the past achievements. The government for the past times have been building the foundations for innovative growth so that more people can easily begin startup companies. We started deregulation and innovations in terms of regulation. There were smart city drones, smart plants, and we also established roadmaps for different types of areas. And we are seeing great achievements. In January alone, over 10,000 startups have been established, and this is a record number. And the number of ventures have also increased by 57% year on year. And there were also increased number of startups in terms of solar panel industries and other related industries. However, I feel that we still have more room to achieve, and we need to speed up our pace. So I believe what's more crucial is the speed itself. I would like to highlight this because we need to make these achievements be felt by our people. Today, we talked about the hydrogen fuel cell vehicles and the speed of communication technologies and the technologies of innovative roads. And I've experienced all of these innovative technologies. And by commercializing these innovative technologies, I would like to make our people feel and experience these technologies in their daily lives. The companies that have engaged in these industries in terms of smart factories have increased their production rate. And we also would like to watch self-driving cars and drones that drive on these smart roads. And we would like to make smart cities in Sejong, Busan, and other parts of the country. Smart cities, smart farms, smart factories are also linked with IoT, and they could bring up new industries. And they could bring also up harmonious growth of other industries as well. Innovative growth is something that needs to be led by our people, but we need the stimulus by the government. First of all, in order to make the market, we would like to boost up the related markets first, and we need to first recognize and identify the market and the demand, and we need to help prioritize the venture companies in terms of public procuration. And we would like to begin the sales channels for these innovative industries. In terms of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles and buses, we would like to increase the support for these industries. If there are some obstacles in terms of innovative growth, the government will tackle these with our full efforts, and we will also like to ask all of you to help in terms of legally, so that we can enact more related laws to help deregulate the industries. And the autonomous regions also need to increase their support when it comes to related industries including drones, and these are some of the problems that can be solved simply by cooperation. The world's first 5G communication technology that Korea will begin to commercialize will be introduced soon, and it will also be linked with other forms of services. So I would like to ask you to discover more rooms for the related industries. And we have focused on increasing our semiconductors and automobiles markets. And after the Asian financial crisis, we have looked into other new industries. And in order to take another leap forward, we need to make this new industry a big success. And the government will have its own confidence, and we will speed up our pace. And the conglomerates, the companies themselves, I ask for your full support as well. Thank you very much.
대통령님 감사합니다. 다음으로는 시각장애인이신 조현영님이 AI를 활용한 육아 경험 발표를 하시겠습니다.
There we have it. It was President Moon Jae-in speaking on the country's efforts to boost the innovative growth sectors, namely the industries related to hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, smart city, smart farm, smart factory, also linked to Internet of Things. And he also said that government will tackle any obstacle that might arise when countries try to foster the industries as well, and that the government will also work on the issue of deregulation for the industries fostering of the sector as well. And also linked with these sectors were the 5G communication technology that the president said that any other industries that are linked to that industry will be able to receive some support from the government as well. Now, that is all the time we have at this hour, but we will be sure to bring you the comprehensive report on his speech and plans in the years to come and more in our next news lineup at 4 p.m. Korea time, so in a little over an hour from now. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.